everyone, Miss A here. Today we're going to finally start solving quadratic equations. And the way we're going to do it today is by using zeros and graphing. This is section 20.1 HMH 930, page 938, in case you're in our class. So let's get going. There are a few steps I want to mention first. The first thing is when you have the equation, you want to, or the function, set the function equal to 0. And then, depending on how that looks, find the zero values for the function or make a table of values and graph those points. One value that really will help do this is to use the axis of symmetry to help know which points make sense for you to plug in. Let's get going. So this is example B on page 939, I believe. And here they gave us the equation and it almost looks like the standard form. It's strange because the x squared is on the other side, but that's actually going to help us. So we're going to rewrite it and we're going to put the x squared on this side, and the way we're going to do it is by adding x squared to both sides. So negative x squared plus x squared is going to leave me with 0. And I have an x squared here. I cannot combine it any other way because no other like terms. So I'm left with this. And this is standard form of quadratic function set now to 0. So there's a 0 here instead of a y or a f of x. So that's the first step to solving a quadratic equation. And now we are going to try to make a table. And we're going to use the axis of symmetry to know which points make sense for us to graph. What do I mean? Well, the axis of symmetry is going to tell me the point in the middle of the graph that is where the mirroring on both sides takes place. So I have to do negative b over 2 over a. Well, my b here is 6, so negative 6. And my a is an understood 1. There's no number. So I know it's 1. So 2a, 2 times 1 is 2. So my axis of symmetry point is negative 3. So I know that if x is negative 3, I need to find the y to know where my minimum is. So I'm going to just plug it into the equation. So if x is negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. Negative 3 times 6 is going to give me 6 times 3 is 18, negative 18 plus 8. If I add that up together, 9 minus 18 is negative 9 plus 8, negative 1. So that is my minimum. And then I'm just going to do 2 points on either side of that. All right, so I have negative 1, negative 3, negative 1. So when x is negative 3, y is negative 1. And then we're going to go to negative 4, negative 5, and here negative 2, negative 1. All right, we'll start at negative 1. So what's going to happen when x is negative 1? Well, I'll just plug it in. Negative 1 squared, negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Negative 1 times 6 is negative 6 plus 8. So 1 minus 6 is going to give me negative 5 plus 8 is going to give me 3. So my y is 3. Let's just do the whole chart and then plug everything in here now. So when x is negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. Negative 2 times 6 is negative 12 plus 8. 4 minus 12 is going to give me negative 8 plus 8 is going to equal 0. So that's going to be 0. Now, if this is really a parabola and negative 3 is my axis of symmetry, I'm going to assume that by negative 4, I'm going to get 0 again. Let's see if that's right. Negative 4 squared is positive 16. And negative 4 times 6 is going to give me negative 24 plus 8. So positive 16 minus 24 is going to give me negative 8 plus 8 is going to give me 0. I was right. So that means that negative 5 is going to give me 3, but we're going to test it. So negative 5 times negative 5 is 25, and negative 5 times 6 is negative 30, plus 8, 25 minus 30, negative 5 plus 8, yep, I get my 3. So now let's plot these. The first one was negative 1. Sorry, the first one we had already was the middle, negative 3, negative 1. So now we're going to plot negative 1, 3. Here's negative 1, 3. Then we have negative 2, 0, negative 4, 0, and negative 5, 3. So the parabola looks like that. The next thing we need to know are what are the 0 values. Well, we have them here. We want to know which x makes y equal to 0. So x equals to negative 2 is the x-intercept, but there are two of them. X equals negative 4. At those points, the function is equal to 0. Okay, next time we're going to take a look at it with a vertex form